Hello guys, this is Low Tech Gaming. Alright, so, a lot of explanation. So, um, well, I played through, well, I didn't get through the entire campaign on my low custom difficulty. Well, the thing was that with the leadership bonus, so the leadership bonus, the fleet capacity bonus, so it never scaled up well with the amount of income I was receiving. On top of that, so it just turned into a because when I do make an episode, so when I do make like an episode of the game, what happens is that I don't make one, but normally there's like a set. So maybe I put in like 3, 4, maybe even like 5 hours into the game at a time or so just to fit into my schedule, and then I go ahead and edit those down, and then I upload those around the same time essentially. So I'm playing the game for like after like the previous episode that you saw, so I played the game for like another 3 hours. And in that time, I realized that I was not going to be able to get through this. So even if I was, I did not have the mental capacity to go through with it, because every single battle was turning into like a giant what is it, whack-a-mole fest. Well, I would focus my entire fleet into like a single formation, and then try to engage and disengage enemy forces. Even when they get battleships out, it just became so tedious to do this every single time, as that is what the battles would grind down to. The unfortunate fact is that Chaos is very maneuverable, has a good amount of DPS, but it's just that they don't have the capability to just like hold the ground without getting like overwhelmed and destroyed. And with the amount of income I was receiving, along with the amount of ship capacity or ship capacity that I would need, I could not keep the casualties up, so I had to like avoid combat, spam out chaos abilities over and over again, and this led to me just kind of getting bogged down. So like I got as far in the ultra hard campaign, I got as far as trying to get through this sector to get to Scarless, because of the fact that the Eldar in these 3 systems over here were constantly trying to perform their ritual rites. But I got bogged down though because they had a Wog there, and like despite whatever I would try to do, so I would still end up going up against like 12k fleet power orc fleets, with the entire battlefield just littered with orc cruisers, escorts, and battleships coming after me, and I could not get past them. And then, not to only mention that, but I also managed to complete this mission in the previous one. So then the next, well, spoilers alert, but another threat comes out of nowhere, and then I'm like dealing with that new threat, the Tyranids, all these different invasions, and I just could not. I didn't have the resources, the amount of powers left. There was nothing I could really do. So I was just like, okay, so I can't continue this campaign, but I do want to get through the playthrough. So like I'm moving away from my custom campaign settings. I mean, I tried tweaking them several times, playing through the campaign up to this point again. I tried increasing my overall resources, and that it was still quite tedious. No, I think what I did was I increased the costs that are associated with launching invasions and attacks, and it just became so easy that it was boring. So I tried something else, so I kept the cost the same, but I increased the amount of resources I would gain, and then I turned off the urgency as well, and that was a little too much. So I'm thinking that the equalizer would be increasing the resources but keeping the urgency gauge up. But then it just turned into like a giant war of attrition, where I would take huge casualties trying to just plow through enemy forces, trying to complete my objectives, and it was just a mess. So I'm just going to do the campaign on hard difficulty. This is hard difficulty. The enemy has a couple of buffs or so, but it's still within reason. Like, I started this, like, sometime last night or so on the 29th of July. You guys probably won't see this until the 31st, but yeah, no, like, I've gotten quite a bit of ways into it, 40 turns in, doing fairly well. Let's look around and see what's going on. So I'm not anywhere near this point over here. I took over this entire sector. It was actually very easy to do without the enemy having thousands of ships support at me. Sector's pretty much the same, coming under all these different invasions. I think I'll just... Well, we don't really need you there. There are 2 invasions going on over here. So let's see if we can bring you down here to help out over there. Yeah, and then, like, in Agrippina, we have these 2 colossal invasions, one by the Tyranids, one by the Imperium over here, so we're going to try and contest those. And then in Bellis Corona, we have a situation where the Eldar are coming in, but we've taken over the entire sector. The entire sector is under our control. I think... I feel like I want to go ahead and do this mission, but I also know that I kind of want to wait a little bit so I can gain some resources, because it does seem like I don't want to just break through too quickly. I do want to keep, like, get a good amount of resources before I break in, because I do need to break into this sector. Let's see, what do I want to do? Well, there's nothing to really do at this moment. I can just go ahead and end the turn right here. Hope you guys aren't too mad at me. I mean, I'm just like... I kind of rushed the... I went through the settings very quickly thinking, okay, so I'm just going to take the hard difficulty, increase the leadership and fleet capacity by 100%, and that'll be fine. What could go wrong? And a lot can go wrong, actually. You can get bogged down. I mean, I will gladly, if I can, send you guys the, because they were talking about a way of, like, sending over, like, a different, like, a game settings that you make. So if there's a way to do that, you guys could play them yourself and tell me if, oh yeah, this was impossible, I don't know why you're trying to do this to yourself, or go the other way and say, oh, you're a wimp, I completed this in only, like, 2 days. And it was, like, very easy. It's like, because not only do you have to have a reasonable amount of skill, but you also have to have it where you have a good amount of attritional, like, warfare doctrine in mind. So, the sense that you can't, because not only did you have it where you had a low amount of, well, you had a high amount of ships you had to destroy, but you also had a low amount of resources as well. It's kind of like a double-edged sword, where, like, you were literally just being slowly ground down to a halt, essentially. You were not able to advance. You would get bogged down in invasions that you could not deal with, and you didn't have the resources to deal with them in a piecemeal action, where you'd let them get into, like, a system and then, like, piecemeally go after them. Plus, if they were going after, like, a heavy resource node or so, like, I think in one of my videos, a giant Eldar contingent went for Tinchara. I'm just like, okay, so I can't afford to lose this, because the amount of time and resources it would take to re-evolve it would just be daunting, to the point where I might as well, you know, like, it would be less expensive to just go ahead and sacrifice the ships to hold it, essentially. But even then, it's just like, okay, so you just don't... It became, like, very tedious affair. That's all I'll say. Alright, so we do those defensive actions. I think... I'm not sure if... Yeah, that one's coming in 2 turns, so we don't have to worry about that. This fleet should easily be able to destroy this. Alright, so we'll go ahead and end the turn. But it was quite a daunting task, and it wasn't something that I ideally wanted to go through, because it just ended up taking up so much damn it. Let's see. Because I feel like a mobile strike force is probably the best way to go, but I could no, I'm not going to use a Blackstone Fortress against these Space Marines. I'll just end up dying. even though I could probably two-shot most enemy ships, it's not worth it in this engagement. Maybe against like the like for example, what is it? The Mechanicus can go ahead and just Nova Cannon your Blackstone Fortress from afar. The Orcs can just go ahead and just board it to heck. The Space Marines can do the same thing. So, I mean, for the Blackstone Fortress, it's really only useful against the Imperium, I feel. Like, it would be useful against the Imperium and Chaos Forces, and maybe the Tau, but that would be, in my opinion, that's going to be about it. Anything else would probably be, like, almost akin to suicide. So it's not something you want to just go ahead and just throw against the enemy, especially because of the fact that if you lose it, that's really it. You can't really get another one.
Enemy ship sighted.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Slaughter them.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Enemy ship sighted. We are unstoppable.
Eat that. So someone will come after my ships. The others won't.
Enemy ship sighted. Fires unleashed.
The enemy is seizing.
Oh, really? They're all going after my fleet right now?
We'll follow your command. But now. No! We must escape!
You have seized a strategic area.
Ah, screw it.
Attack successful, Master. Engines hot.
Need to like disengage, but they're literally just chasing me.
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas. The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas.
See if you can link up with us.
Strategic area. The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Enemy ship sighted. I cannot, Master. For the ruinous powers.
You have accumulated 25% of strategic points.
For the War Master.
You have seized a strategic area.
We are unstoppable.
Got another one.
Moving to those coordinates.
See if we can take this point before they show up again.
Enemy ship sighted.
You have seized a strategic area.
Setting course.
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas. The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Need you to join the fleet.
As the War Master wills.
The enemy has accumulated 50% of strategic points.
Enemy ship sighted.
You have accumulated 50% of strategic points.
Engines hot. For the ruinous power.
Ah, damn it.
One of your strategic areas. The enemy has seized a strategic area.
We are unstoppable.
Need more targets.
Set engines to full ahead. Moving to those coordinates.
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas. The enemy has seized a strategic area.
To the slaughter.
You have seized a strategic area.
Heroes, for we strike from the war.
Has accumulated 75% of strategic points.
We'll follow your command. But now.
You have accumulated 75% of strategic points. You have seized a strategic area.
Oh wow.
Enemy is close to victory by strategic points. You are close to victory by strategic points.
I cannot, Master.
Come on, kill the last of them.
Attack successful, Master. Tear them apart.
Fun. Yeah, that was fun. No, we didn't have enough combined firepower, plus I think this fleet is kind of still new. I think we just lost one ship. I think the other one's just... Yeah, so that's fine, I guess. Okay, so we lost an Archon, that's okay. Alright, so firepower's been demolished just a little bit, but we can easily replace that. We have enough,
Servants of the Corpse Emperor have deployed the phalanx to this region. An old foe from an endless war. Where can it be found? Its loss will shake our foes to their foundation.
yeah, we're not going to engage that. Not to see the orcs engage that, but we're not going to engage that. That's amount to suicide. Yeah, the orcs, no, the Eldar are just like operating from that base. Unhindered. Let's see. Won't really matter that much because there won't be any Eldar left. As you can see, we actually do have a couple of battleships out there. No, it's an interesting kind of like battle group theory that because like I said, I tried out my custom settings multiple times, so a total of I think 2 additional times. So in that time I got a good amount of experience into how you want to kind of group together chaos forces. And in my opinion, the Desolator with its 200 speed can work very well with the battle cruiser and cruiser formations.
Volunteers for the rituals. Strip the enemy vessels of their defenders. Their screams will please the gods.
Cool.
Setting course.
Yeah, so I've come to the conclusion that the Desolator is really good with working with cruisers, battle cruisers, but the in my
Engines hot.
honest opinion, the focus a little bit.
We'll follow your command. For now,
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
enemy ships.
But the spoiler is not as good as I would like.
Strategic areas. You have seized a strategic area. The enemy has seized a
It's damn it, they're really flanking me up. Like I'm not going to focus on trying to turn this into a drifting hull because that's just going to cost me my entire fleet.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
But yeah,
As the War Master
the spoiler goes 170. It has 170 speed, which makes it really good
The enemy has
with keeping up with Grand cruises, with the exception of the Hellfire. The Hellfire is
you have seized a
an oddity amongst Chaos Forces just because of the fact that it's
moving to those
really slow. Like it's like Imperial levels of slow.
You have accumulated 50% of strategic points.
Boop. But yeah, no, like the Hellfire is like really slow, but it has a lot of damage potential, having both macro batteries and lance batteries. But it just can't keep up with even the slowest of battleships, which is quite unfortunate. Oh, so I did pretty well. Didn't complete that objective, but that would have cost us too many of our ships. But yeah, just overall, it does feel that you're really supposed to keep like Grand Cruisers with a... Yeah, you're supposed to keep like Grand Cruisers together with, I guess, the whatchamacallit, the Despoiler as its capital ship, I feel, just because of the fact that it can actually keep up with them quite well and give them enough extra actions through its carrier use. And then, actually, I could probably just deploy you against one of the smaller invasions, most likely. Are there any ones within range? There is. Okay. Be a nice little test run for you. But, yeah, but against anything else, it's better to just go ahead and just keep the Hellfire by itself, because if I go to... I can't actually make a fleet, but if I go to one of these, my little idle fleets, you can see that the Hellfire over here has 150 speed. It's really slow compared to everything else. All the battle cruisers and cruisers, with the exception of the Slaughter, go at least 200. The Slaughter goes 240. Only thing that goes 240 as well is the light cruisers and the escorts, at least most of the escorts. The Grand Cruisers go 170, which is the same speed as the Despoiler, allowing for them to stay in formation quite easily. The Desolator, however, can go 200, allowing for it to keep up with all these different cruisers and battle cruisers, giving them a really good formation with the extra firepower. The Hellfire is the odd man out, because it just simply can't keep up with any of the battleships or even the cruisers. So it's just like, in a tactical field set, for me being the ultra, like, hey, everything needs to be in a specific, like, order of things or so. If I can't keep my formation together because they're going at different speeds and I can't change the speeds of my units to stay together, then I'm just like, I can't utilize the formation. It just doesn't work. Let's see. I could use the Desolator. Tell you what, we'll use the... Oh, sure, why not? Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, I just cannot use differing formations of ships that can't keep up with one another. I think that's also the reason why I kind of stuck with having the same units with the Imperium, not only because of the fact that you couldn't, when I started the Imperium campaign, you could not go ahead and like change the actual ships that you could bring to battle, but also because of the fact that you simply want to have formations of ships that are the equivalent of one another. Like, if you don't have that, it's fine, but it's like you're putting yourself at a slight disadvantage if you do so. So it's really up to your own preference. I think it's okay, but really it's up to what you want to tolerate, because I'm more on the lines of having a unilateral, like, unified fleet that has the same types of units or so, the same... Well, not the same types of units, but like the same like speed set or so, because you see how I have the Desolator and like the Devastation together. Devastation brings a little bit of carrier support to the formation, while the Desolator is just like a really nice lance firing platform. Yeah, don't waste your time on that bloody, yeah, just ah, damn it. Like, I muted for a second, then that's just like, oh, target the escort? Okay. Yo, target the generator.
Show us our victims. Our minions rampage through their ship. Reporting.
Nice.
Enemy ship sighted. Let the galaxy burn.
Fire.
Enemy ship sighted.
Fire again.
Master.
Yeah, I have the reload stance on just because it allows with the fire faster. Yeah, like, this is the ultimate, like, counter to the Imperium, just because of the fact that it's, like, it's really good. Like, they haven't even broken my shields yet. Oh, I forgot I had bombs.
We stand ready. Slaughter them. Your orders. For the War Master.
I need to turn off my timers. That's kind of fun. Very easy victory. Always do this. We'll just move it towards the objective.
You have accumulated 50% of strategic points.
We stand ready.
What? You've actually managed to damage me? Impossible. Oh shoot, that's gonna block the blast, isn't it? The wreckage from the other one.
Setting course.
Oh wow, is he really gonna hide there like a coward? Oh, okay.
Seeking prey. We'll follow
Well,
your
his
command.
shots are missing as well.
The enemy has accumulated 25% of strategic points.
Enemy ship sighted.
Yeah, and the bravery is actually going down due to the fact that my Blackstone Fortress is here, so it's actually really affecting the morale, helping me out quite a bit.
We stand ready.
I'm just like messing around here because they don't have a snowball's chance in the warp.
Setting
I guess that's a more appropriate term. Wait, are they really? I hate it when they're like, because they get into like a hidden section and then the coding tells them, hey, if you're hidden, don't move. Just like, Alright, so now you have a bunch of people on your ship. What are you gonna do now?
Master.
Fire again. Kill it. Yes. Surely the pinnacle of chaos. Actually, no. Technically, isn't it a Necron weapon? Is it the Necrons or the Eldar? I forgot who made the Blackstone Fortresses. Though I kind of want to get a Planet Killer instead. Handily. Yeah, with the Planet Killer, I could just single-handedly win entire battles left and right. The Blackstone Fortress is still good though, especially after they buffed the cannon to actually do a decent amount of damage. Ah, come on, really? Defensive action after defensive action. No, the ultimate thing is that... I mean, when coming back to this level of tactical gameplay, I find it refreshing just because of the fact that the early matches or the early battles where you just had to survive, I guess, without taking too many casualties or so. You had like one or two ships. It's kind of interesting to go back to that dynamic after coming from basically total war against the enemy. It's actually kind of cool. I don't know. Come on, shoot them down. Oh, you failed me. Oh, and they also have people on the flanks as well.
You have seized a strategic area. You have seized a strategic area. The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Get into position.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
For the ruinous powers.
That escort should not last long.
We are unstoppable.
Hate the light cruisers.
Enemy ship sighted.
Another thing I don't like is the fact that there's a uneven amount of Imperial forces. Like it feels like you literally fight them. The majority of the Imperial forces that you do end up fighting, they feel like they are in fact just Space Marines and Mechanicus. I mean, I feel like it should be like 75% Imperium, and then the rest should be, what is it, the rest of rest of the Imperial forces or so. Like, it should be kind of balanced that way, because I don't feel like you should be fighting that many Mechanicus and Space Marine fleets, especially the Space Marine fleets. Just because canon-wise, the Space Marines don't have massive armadas that they can just call upon at a given notice, essentially. Like, they do, in fact, need to be supplemented by Imperial forces. I mean, they can deploy fleets to help themselves out, but, like, they can't match the Mechanicus or any other force or something. Just like sheer, like, fleet firepower. They weren't meant to. Like, in the lore, it's literally stated that, like, the Space Marines were nerfed in that aspect, so if they ever rebelled, then the Imperial Navy could go ahead and actually have a chance against them. Because, well, an individual Space Marine fleet would just board an Imperial Navy fleet. Yeah, so while a Space Marine fleet could board an Imperial Navy fleet to death, essentially, the Imperial Navy would just have such huge numbers that the Space Marines would be able to kill them all, essentially. So, like, canonically wise, you should only have, like, the occasional Space Marine fleet, while the majority of the fleets that you face would be a mix. Ah, come on, really? Ah, come on. We're only on urgency level 1. That's what's ridiculous about it. Like, we're not even on urgency level 1. So you can imagine how terrible this would be if we had to. Yeah, if we had to deal with what is it, like, larger forces on top of that, if we had a higher urgency. Because, like, all these, like, 1,000-point fleets are just coming out of nowhere. I'm just like, what did I do to deserve this? I mean, at least the Tyranids are kind of easy to deal with. Kind of, sort of. Like, they know exactly where I am, so there's no reason to not boost. And just, like, try to get as much territory as I can. It's because I can use them to go ahead and spot out the forces from a further distance away.
Has seized a strategic area. You have seized a strategic area.
They also have the habit of getting themselves... Oh, fudge. Look closer than I expected.
For now. Enemy ship sighted.
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas. The enemy has seized a strategic.
Ah, God, I hate it when that happens.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Setting course.
Wait, is it just one or is it 2 fleets? I would like to go after that Synapse ship. It does pose the risk of abandoning this front altogether.
Has seized a strategic area.
Pull the other squadron back. I don't know why they're killing all their escorts. Must be some high-level Tyranid strat.
Enemy ship sighted.
See if we can take out the brains, so once we kill the hive ships, we're in the clear.
The enemy has accumulated 25% of strategic points.
Moving to those coordinates.
Probably something heading straight for me.
The
As
enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas. The enemy has seized a strategic area. You have seized a strategic area.
okay, so both the hive ships all on the field. Just need to go out and kill them.
Moving to those coordinates. To the slaughter.
I need to get around this.
The enemy has accumulated 50% of strategic points. The enemy is seizing strategic areas. The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Okay, now they're just coming straight for me.
Unstoppable! Setting course! For now!
Now strategically hiding the hive ships. We weren't able to get any of those fighters back, I just realized.
Seized a strategic area.
Take it hot!
You have seized a strategic area.
Like, I think we might end up losing this.
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas.
We do kind of have to hold our ground for a little bit.
The enemy
Oh no! Come on! Okay, so we failed the secondary objective.
We'll follow
Ah,
your
that's stupid
command.
as hell.
For now!
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas. The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Moving to those coordinates!
You have seized a strategic area. The enemy is close to victory by strategic points.
Come on, kill it.
Prepare my ship, or ass!
Kill it. Kill it.
For the war master!
So upset that that happened at the last second. I was just like, wait, no, that's my, no. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, the Tyranids are quite easy to deal with if you just know what you're doing. Though, if they come in swarms, we might... Really? We don't have enough fleets to deal with this. Okay, we just need to progress with the campaign. Even without the escalation, it's clear that we just need to move on to the next thing and get more reinforcements. We'll be fighting on multiple fronts, but I mean, like, it's just we're getting bogged down in defensive action after defensive action. It's just... Okay. Alright, so I'll end the episode here. When we come back, we'll do this mission over here, and we'll see what else we can do, because now we'll just... The invasions aren't going away. They're just stacking up now. That's not good. That's not good in the least bit. Because now we're not, like, making any headway with this. Like, what was the other one? Yeah, so literally we have that one over there. We have another Tyranid attack over here. Giant Imperial attack over there. Would we even be able to make it to both of them? I don't think we have the ability to make it to both of them. Yeah, so we'll just go ahead and deal with the Imperial one, I guess. And technically, I guess it's a less important system, but still. We'll just go ahead and send our fleet over here. What is the situation here? So it's just another... Yeah, it's just another Tyranid fleet. And that's in 4 turns. We wouldn't be able to do both of them. I'll just stack up here, I guess. Wait for them to show their faces. If we could get another fleet, that would be awesome. I think I have a total of three battle groups, unfortunately, since 2 of my fleets need to stay here because of this right here. This is so stupid. So if I leave this system over here, there's a 20% chance, 1 in 5 chance that a Drukhari invasion fleet will show up over here. So it's like I have to stay here, otherwise I'll be invaded. But then on top of that, I need to keep a ship here to get the extra 60 resources from this position over here. So these fleets have to stay here, otherwise it would be worse. But it's like, I already have limited fleets. Why on earth do I have to spend my limited fleets to hold these positions? To make my life easier, because like it does, but it's just like it feels tedious. I guess that's the way, yeah, it just feels a little tedious having to go ahead and do all that. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take care, and I will catch you guys next time.